Ahoy, boys, girls, gamers, and nerds. This is Gumpers, and welcome to the blog for the month of June. Yeah, I'm going to do at least one blog every month about a certain subject, whatever it is, I'll do it. But this, I'm going to talk about holy hell, E3, at least to me, was fucking awesome. And of course, you know, the biggest buzz besides backwards compatibility for the Xbox One, which I thought was pretty impressive, was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Holy shit! I'm happy about that. Of course, we were teased about it in 2007, E3 2007, and it ended up being just a tech demo, which, you know, pissed everybody off. And I'm legitimately excited for this. I mean, you know, gotta wait till 2017. But my personal favorite for E3 was the gameplay for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, I'm not going to talk about E3 all too much, but what I really want to talk about is what can we get out from this Final Fantasy VII Remake. We have Final Fantasy Type 0, which came out this year. We had Kingdom Hearts remixes for the first two HD remix sets. We have Final Fantasy 15, we had the Final Fantasy 15 episode Duske, or however you say it. We have Final Fantasy Dissidia, and it's a lot of Final Fantasy, but what I'm really trying to make it seem is not Final Fantasy, but more Square Enix. But the thing with what we can get good out of this is that they're looking into the past, which, you know, you would usually say is not a good thing for a person or a company, but in this case, it is good. Because not only are they making new content, Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy Realm Reborn, forgot to mention that, but we're getting back what we already loved. Final Fantasy 7 in this case, but if you haven't noticed, Square Enix has been a lot more fan-oriented than they really ever have been. You know, I've already taken 2 surveys for them. One was about their library of video games in general. The other was about the series of Kingdom Hearts. So they seem a lot more fan-oriented. Now, what I'm really trying to get across is that if they're going to, and you can call me ungrateful, I'm really not trying to sound ungrateful. I am very grateful that they're remaking Final Fantasy VII. But this shows an opportunity, because we cannot let these games die off. Now, of course, Final Fantasy VII is not going to die off, whether it's remade or not. It's got a movie adaptation, it's got tons of side games, Crisis Core, all that. And, you know, 7 is not going to die off. 10's not going to die off, they just remastered it 2 fucking times in a row. By the way, in the last video for the HD remasters of Final Fantasy, I made that video the day after they pretty much announced it to the world that they were doing that. So whatever details I put in the video, of course were wrong, because they said they were porting it to the PS4, and that's all they said. And of course, me being a dumbass, I assumed that was it. That's the way it seemed. Like, they had a teaser for it, and that's all they showed. They didn't say anything. So I figured it was just a port with, share capability, and, whatever the fuck else. But, people were hating on me for that. It's not that I was wrong, it's just I was misinformed at the time I made the video. I mean, the people were like commenting on it saying I was dumb, and I had made the video 4 months prior. So, just wanted to get that cleared away. But what I'm really trying to get across is that this is an opportunity to bring the past that's been buried over the years and make it alive. For example, Final Fantasy VIII could be remade if they wanted to. If they can remake 7, they can definitely remake 8. Example. Final Fantasy IX, they can remake this if they want to. The thing is, as fans, since they seem a lot more fan-oriented, we have to be clear about what we want. I personally want these remade. Oh, I mean, I'm not as eager to remake 10 since they've remastered it 2 fucking times in a row. But, at some point in my lifetime, I'd like that to be remade, but 9, 8, 7, I would love to be remade. But not just those two, but I would like to see some sort of a Final Fantasy 1 through 6, not remake, but more of a remaster for a port to the next gen systems with, you know, just not next gen graphics, but more of just full res, 60 frames per second, you know, just make it better, but you don't have to make it epic. I mean, if they wanted to, that'd be cool, but since it wouldn't be a remake, it would be a lot more easier to do, and since they're such old games and they're bits, the early ones are bit games, they could do it if they wanted to. Definitely. Now, that's something I would like, but me personally, as a fan of video games, as a dedicated lifetime fan of Square Enix, Squaresoft, there's a game that I want remade. I don't want it remastered, I want it remade. Because it's past the point of being remastered. And if you couldn't tell from the music playing, I am talking about Chrono Cross. This was the first RPG I ever played in my video game career, was Chrono Cross for the PlayStation 1. And I was 4 years old when this came out. This game is 15 years old. It came out in 2000. And the fact that this game, if you look up the reviews, this game has almost perfect reviews. There was not one bad review. The lowest, I think, was like a 4 out of 5, or was it a B+? I don't know. This game got, you know, universal acclaim. This is one of the best RPGs of all time. And I'm not bullshitting. I'm not. I mean, if you've never played Chrono Cross, I will send a link of a trailer or gameplay in the description. Of course, it's aged, but the thing about it is that, you know, its story is fantastic. Gameplay for its time was fantastic. And if they remade this game, the reason why I want this game remade the most, you know, I'd like to see Kingdom Hearts remade, of course, and all that, but Chrono Cross, when you think of the Chrono series, you think of Chrono Trigger. Me, personally, I wasn't all up for Chrono Trigger. I mean, it's a good game, but if I had to pick between one game not existing and the other still existing, I'd have to say Chrono Cross. That's the game I grew up and loved. And I got to play both, and just Chrono Cross was just always better to me. And I don't want to see this game die off completely. It's not like an arcade game where you can just go to any arcade and just play it. It's, you know, it's a PlayStation 1 game. And since it's so old, the younger generation of gamers do not know what this game is, or never even heard of it, don't know what it is, either way. Now, the people who played it when it came out, not to be mean or anything, but this game is 15 years old. And if you were a gamer and you were young in the year of 2000, odds are you're probably in your 30s or 40s, maybe even your 50s. I'm just saying, the generation that played it are getting older. And since they haven't done anything with this game, Square Enix, there's no reminder of how great the game was. And, you know, like I said, there's just no reminder. And the younger generation are not going to get familiar with it. Me, personally, I'm very familiar with this game. And I'd hate to just see it fade away. This is like a perfect opportunity. If you want something like this, since Square Enix is now doing it, finally, spread the word. For you people who are fans of Chrono Cross, I'm just letting you know, there's still people out there that play it. There's still people out there that care. I would love to see this game remade, probably out of any game I've ever played, most likely. Yeah, I'd have to say. And just to see that game, that trailer at E3, if it's possible next year, Chrono Cross, it'll be so bittersweet. As if you can't tell, I'm a huge Square Enix Final Fantasy fan, and I always have been and always will be. I've enjoyed almost all the Final Fantasies. There's only been a couple I haven't, like 11 I wasn't big on, 12 was okay. 13, you can hate me. I liked it. for a game, just the big problem with 13 is it wasn't a Final Fantasy game. It just isn't. Like, storytelling is really hard. Game's really fucking long. But just as moving, because every single game, Final Fantasy game, is passed the torch. It passed the torch. The tradition, you know, the theme song is the victory fanfare, all of that. And then 13 was just something else. I mean, like, it was a game of itself. I wouldn't even call it Final Fantasy. I'd call it Lightning, or something like that. Lightning. I just can't. 13 was not Final Fantasy. But I'm getting off topic. I'm blubbering like an idiot. Just Chrono Cross. Okay. Chrono Cross is something I don't want to die off and disappear. I want it to continue through the video game eras. I want it to continue through these newer generations. I want people to play it and either remember, holy fuck, I remember this game. It was badass as shit. Now it's even better. Or I want a newer generation to pick it up and be like, wow, I didn't know games were this good back then. I didn't know there were good games besides Call of Duty. You know, they all play Call of Duty. I occasionally play it. I'm good at multiplayer, so it's easy to put up for a video. But this is just a game I would love to see. If anything for E3 next year, I would love to see Chrono Cross remake. Not remaster, remake. It's past the point of remaster. If you remastered Chrono Cross, it just wouldn't look good. Just I don't see it looking good. But yeah, that's just what I have to say. Pretty much, if you were a fan of some of the games I have listed, now is the perfect time to get across, spread the word, and remind Square Enix of their library that needs to be dusted off. Most of all, Chrono Cross, which hasn't had anything done with it. It's such a delicate game to me, and it's just a delicate game of itself, since it's sitting in this. It's sitting in this, and it hasn't been improved or anything. It's just, that's it. I mean, that's it. I would love to see this carry on and possibly even get a sequel out of it if it does so well. If it does well enough. Whether you've liked the game or you hated it. Either way, if you're a fan of Square Enix games, Final Fantasy, Chrono Cross, Kingdom Hearts, even just any of them. I can't think of others right now. I'm like in a Final Fantasy craze and days from fucking E3. This is the perfect opportunity to speak up and speak your mind. As a gamer, as a nerd, as a fan of these games, I would absolutely adore a community that can get together and just speak for itself of what they want. And I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity to do that. But that's all I'm going to say. If you like this video and agree with moi, like the video, if you want to speak your mind or whatever, disagree with me, hate on me, compliment me, I'm good looking, I'm okay. Comment, and if you like this video and you want to see more blogs or let's plays or game rants or game reviews or any of that shit, I'm going to start doing movie reviews too. Subscribe to my channel, Gum Bars! And yeah, thanks for watching. E3, holy fuck. I'm happy. Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. Well, not Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross wasn't there. But let's make it. Let's make Chrono Cross at E3 2016. Let's fucking do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Final Fantasy Collection, Chrono Cross, Final Fantasy 9, 8. Let's fucking do it. E3 2016. Let's do it, motherfuckers. And thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. See ya!